All right. Happy Wednesday, hump day for everybody. Get getting through it, man. We've got everybody on. We got Kelly Brown coming in via video this morning. Uh, Looks like Andrea and Billy's out on the lake, catching fish for us. Rick and Jane is RVing in their Airstream. No, it's great seeing everybody. Great coming in middle part of the week. So many of you we will get to see in Fort Worth, Texas, a few days. I know Coach Myra is flying out later, and she'll be there tomorrow. So we're excited about that. And I know if you're going, I don't know what you're talking about. It's okay. It's okay. This is a community to just where we take a word a day. Okay, if you're a guest, we take a word Monday through Friday, and we just dive into the word and see what it means to us, you know. And today's word, well, before this, let me say this. Obviously, we've got a lot of people right now in the southern part of the U.S., around New Orleans, around Mississippi, into Alabama, that's experiencing massive flooding and wind damage from Hurricane Sally. And we just want you to know, if you're on here and you're affected, if you're watching the recording and you're affected, we're praying for you, okay? We're praying for you, your family, your loved ones, your friends. And if there's anything we can do, you reach out to me or Coach Myra, and we will be there. So, but just wanted you to know that. So our word for today is thrive. Thrive. It's probably one of my most favorite words to actually, I talk about it a lot, but, and it's been a while, but I want to dive into this word today, the word thrive. And I'm going to end today. Now, I've already looked at Coach's notes, and I'll tell you, I want to give her the majority of the time this morning, but I want to tell you kind of what I was thinking about. And I want to give a book away at the end, okay? But thrive is, you know, when I look at the word thrive, I think of a child, an animal, a plant, maybe a plant, growing, developing, prospering, flourishing. And what I really, in my crazy mind, when I think of the word thrive, I think of a little sapling that got planted under a large amount of asphalt. Okay, picture that in your mind. Like a little bitty old seed got thrown in somehow up under asphalt. And it's amazing how a little seed can flourish into a twig, you know, and then continue to flourish, continue to thrive, continue to grow. And if you watch it long enough, it will, and if we let it grow long enough, it'll bust through that asphalt. It'll ripple that asphalt up and come through the middle of it. And what I really think about is all the trouble it took to make it happen. All the overcoming, all the obstacles, all the hills and the valleys and that little sapling had to do to sprout through that asphalt. Think about that. That's our life. That really is our life. And so the word thrive means a lot to me, because I believe without a doubt we were put here. If you go Google thrive in the Bible, there is so many times it refers to the word thrive. See, I believe God put us on this earth to thrive, not to survive. And three ways that I really looked at, and I'm going to just say them real quick, 3 ways to thrive at life. Number 1, stay purpose-driven. You've got a passion. You've got that something that you're thinking about. You're going to bed thinking about. You wake up thinking about. Keep that purpose-driven thought and go after it. Go after it. Number 2, hang out with winners. If you hadn't got anything from this Coach's Corner, you should get the people you hang around with. That's your everything. Mm-hmm. You got to hang out with winners. And number 3, you got to constantly build yourself up. Because here's the thing. The reason you got to constantly build yourself up is because there's people out there. Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's coworkers, sometimes it's maybe a spouse. They could be border bullies. And the book I want to give away today to somebody at the end is called The Dream Giver. Now, it's a Christian book. If you've never read it, I challenge you to read it. You will be blessed by reading this book. But The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson is amazing. But the gist of that book is when you're out thriving, when you're out going after something, there's always going to be border bullies out there that try to hold you back. Even they love you, they care about you, but they try to hold you back from what you're wanting to go pursue. Here's what I tell you today. Dive into the word thrive, be purpose-driven, and understand it's your journey. Just like that little sapling growing up through the asphalt, this is your life. And you were born to thrive, not to survive. And I'm going to end with this quote. To thrive in life, you need 3 bones: a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone. Reba McEntire said that. Listen, I read that quote. I said, sometimes I'm not funny, I got to just be light, you got to have all 3 of those bones going through this life we live. So Coach, I'm going to turn it to you.
Hey, thank you, Coach, so much. Listen, it's awesome. The word today is thrive. And Anna, I'm looking at you. You obviously thrive at something. I'm seeing, I think, a blue ribbon hanging down from something behind you. So I'd love to know more about that. So hopefully we'll get to see and talk about it. But thriving, here's some words that just came to my mind when we talked about using the word thrive. Successful, strong, healthy. That's just 3 that kind of hit me right away. But, here are some other words that I came up with. There's tons of words that are tied into it, but these are the 7 that kind of stuck with me. And I like to start this with, are you thriving? Are you thriving? Well, here's 7 ways. Are you flourishing? Are you flourishing in what you're doing every single day? Are you growing? And then as you're growing, are you developing? What flourishing, growing, I think, how do we do that? We read, we listen to mentors, we take advice from people we respect. And we also watch and observe. Maybe a little harsh what I'm saying, but maybe we watch people that you don't respect, and you do that to learn lessons of how you don't want to be that could keep you from thriving. So you don't just get to one side of the fence. I think you learn from the opposite side as well. Advancing. If you're thriving, you're advancing. And sometimes we get frustrated because we feel like we're doing everything that we can. We feel like we're thriving, but for whatever reason, we just can't advance. Well, a thriving individual sticks to it. Then when you're thriving, you're going to prosper. It may be financially. It may be personally. You may meet new people as you're doing this, as you're prospering in your life. And then I love this. If you're thriving, you're sitting pretty. I'm a country girl, so that was a saying that I just loved. You're just sitting pretty. And, you have it made. I think of a lot of people in my life that have it made. I think I have it made. I haven't reached my potential. I've seen some people that have it made personally, financially, but they've worked their rear ends off to get to where they're at. So here's a question. Are you thriving? Here's 5 characteristics of what a thriving person does. You're in control not only of your mental health, you're in control of your physical health. Don't think for a minute, and listen to me, don't think for a minute that you have to have perfect health. It's not about that. It's about being in control of it, not letting health problems dictate your life. Number 2, you got to be comfortable with yourself. Be self-confident, be self-reliant, have high and stable self-esteem. are key parts of every thriving person. You know, some people say, well, people with high esteem seem to be all arrogant, you know. Well, just don't be that arrogant person. You know, you just keep thriving and be confident in your individual self esteem. You know, number three, be a positive, proactive contributor at work, in our personal relationships, and even beyond that. Be a positive, proactive contributor. Every person you encounter today, every phone call you make, every text that you send, are you a positive, proactive contributor? And the fourth one is manages. This is tough for all of us. A thriving person manages challenging situations well, must be able to maintain perspective, remain calm, and not blow things out of proportion. Thriving people are not afraid to fail. One of my favorite sayings, and I learned this from one of our coaches when I was at Hoover, she told me, she said, I never lose. My teams never lose. We learn a lesson. That's a thriving individual's mindset. They look at every experience as an opportunity to learn. You know, the fifth thing is a thriving person will always make the most of life. That can do, that I can do, positive attitude is always present. You know, even in tough times, try to surround your whole entire mindset with I can do. You know, so don't dwell on the past. Don't worry. Don't overthink your future. Just live and love in the present moment. One of my favorite guys, Dr. Kevin Elko. If you don't know Dr. Elko, you need to look him up. He is a fantastic person. We'll actually get him on the show one day on our call. One of his favorite sayings, you'll hear from him, is be where your feet are. Wherever you're at today, be where your feet are and thrive in your environment. Make a difference. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is finally, a thriving person is grateful for everything that comes their way, good or bad. Be grateful. And I hope you all continue to thrive today. I hope you picked up something to carry with you throughout the day. And as always, thank you so much for joining Coach Palmer and I. It's the highlight, truly the highlight of my day. I love y'all.
Coach, thank you so much. That was awesome. Awesome. I was reading her notes this morning. I'm like, I just need to get through mine really quick and let's learn from her today, because I love the I never lose, I learn a lesson. Mm-hmm. Think about that. That's powerful, powerful, powerful. When I read that, I'm like, all right, I'm taking that. We'll give credit one time, then it's mine. I'm taking that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And for everybody as we close, and I'm going to give away a book, but for everybody traveling to see us, to go be a part of this in Fort Worth, Texas, we pray for safe travel for you and for your family. And if you're in harm's way of this Hurricane Sally, we pray for you as well. Coach?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. This is going to be a monster event, and I'm so fired up about it. But please, if you're going, don't let this monster event be so big that you and I don't get to see each other face to face and hug. I'm a hugger. Bring your mask. But I just want to make sure that I get to see you face to face in real life, not on the screen.
Yes, me too. I'm excited about that. So listen, I want us to, in the chat, to type the word thrive. I'm going to give away a book to somebody today, Dream Giver, and you're going to be blessed by this book. And after you read it, go bless somebody else. Give it, pay it forward, give it to them. So thrive, thrive. Here we go. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see who we got.
I'm sorry I couldn't unmute. So this morning, congratulations to Pat Klepper. Pat Klepper will be thriving with the Dream Giver.
Okay. Congratulations, Pat.
All right, Pat Klepper. Great, 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 great job. Listen, Pat, if you could send your address to Miss Andrea. Andrea, thank you so much. I know it's early where you're at, so thank you for always helping, being the glue, as Coach says, calls you the glue. And Anthony, thank you too for always helping out, doing what you do, man. So grateful for you. Have a blessed day. Let's go make an impact. See you.